All right, let's jump right into this. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Uh, I mean, this book was huge EE, and like for good reason. It really made everyone rethink like their whole relationship with money. But you're looking at this from a different place, applying it all now in 2024, especially, well, you're all about knowledge, right? Learning and building something for yourself.
What's so interesting to me is how Kiyosaki kind of sets the whole thing up. It's not just go make a bunch of money. He really digs into how wealth is built, which, come to think of it, they didn't teach us that in school. And the way he uses his own life, the whole two dads thing, it's clever.
Oh, totally. You've got the poor dad who's educated but struggling financially, and then there's the rich dad who's teaching the young Kiyosaki about assets liabilities. But he goes into this thing about teenagers owning corporations. That feels a little, I don't know, intense maybe, even for someone super driven.
You gotta think about when this came out, though, like the late 90s, right? Dot-com boom was about to go bust, so Kiyosaki was tapping into all that entrepreneurial spirit in the air, but he wasn't all get rich quick either. He's really big on financial education, but for the long term.
So it's less about being a dot-com millionaire overnight, more about that lasting wealth.
But he's really into the mind your own business thing.
Yeah.
Even with a job, how does that even work now with the gig economy and all?
Yeah.
People have like 5 side hustles going at once. And that is Kiyosaki's core message right there. It's about building assets, things that put money in your pocket even when you're not like clocked in. Real estate's the classic example. Or stocks where they give you dividends. Or owning a business that runs itself, you're not there every second.
Right, like an online business or something.
Exactly. Online store, maybe a blog that's got affiliate links. You see how those principles still totally apply.
Oh, for sure. It's all about setting up systems that work, even when you're off doing other stuff.
You got it. And this ties into what you were saying about learning, right? Kiyosaki, he's big on investing in your own financial education. Even says, like, read a book a week. So you're building knowledge, but maybe finding new income streams too.
It's true. Every successful entrepreneur I've ever heard, they're always learning something new. But about the money thing, Kiyosaki, he talks about taxes a lot.
Yeah.
It's almost like he's, I don't know, a little afraid of them. But isn't paying taxes just being a good citizen?
Kiyosaki, yeah, he gets people fired up about taxes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
It's not that he's saying don't pay him, but it's more like he wants you to really get how the wealthy use the system, but legally.
Right.
Like corporations, all those deductions everyone's so scared of. He wants you to be financially fluent, basically. Know the rules so you can, play the game strategically, just like you're doing with all this learning.
Like figuring out a video game, but instead of leveling up some character, it's your actual financial life that's benefiting.
Exactly. And speaking of games, remember how much Kiyosaki loves real estate? Well, you're into the whole online world, right? There's a whole digital version of assets too now. Websites, like domain names, even just a really engaged online community, that's valuable.
Whoa, so it's like those rich dad ideas, but they're evolving for the digital age. That's kind of cool.
It really is. Think about it. A good website or a domain name everyone wants, it's like that prime real estate, but online. It can make you money passively. It might be worth more later. Someone might even buy it off you for a profit. Like Kiyosaki's thing about unseen value, but in the digital world.
That's wild. It's like those late night infomercials, but instead of flip houses, get rich. It's all websites and online businesses.
And remember how he's big on finding mentors? The internet's made that so much easier. You can connect with, like, whoever. Learn from them directly. Find your people. You mentioned listening to those entrepreneur podcasts. You're already doing it.
So true. I love hearing those stories, people who made their own way. But there's so much online now. It's overwhelming. Who do you even trust? Plus all the negativity, the get-rich-quick schemes. Kiyosaki talks about overcoming fear. How do you even start with all that noise?
See, that's where his whole thing about financial literacy and discipline, it's even more important now. He wouldn't want you just following whoever's the loudest online, right? Be informed, analyze, make your own decision based on what you want, not someone's flashy website.
So it's tuning out the hype and back to that solid financial foundation he's always talking about.
Exactly. Take charge of your money education. Learn how to spot a good opportunity from a bad one. And don't be afraid to walk away if something doesn't feel right or doesn't fit your long-term goals.
And remember how Kiyosaki's all about taking action. That's way easier online.
Mm-hmm.
You could start a blog today, have a YouTube channel, even make a course, all from your computer.
Totally. The internet's made it so anyone can be an entrepreneur, basically. If you've got internet and a bit of hustle, you've got options.
It's like having a global marketplace right there on your desk.
Exactly. But gotta remember, success still takes time, putting in the work, and being willing to learn as you go.
It's like Kiyosaki's idea of finding your unfair advantage. What are you good at? What do you love? What makes you stand out?
Exactly. And online, you can use that to find your people, your audience, build something you're passionate about that actually makes money.
And speaking of businesses, let's get back to those digital assets. Kiyosaki was all about building something that makes money without you being there every second, right?
For sure. And now with the internet, it gets even more interesting. We're talking websites that run themselves, online courses, even just digital products. They can be making money while you're asleep.
Okay, now you're talking my language. Tell me more about these passive income streams online. It's like you plant a seed, right? You take care of it, and then even when you're not there, like watering it every second, it's still growing, giving you something back.
You got it. And the internet, it's like it magnifies that whole thing, right? Kiyosaki couldn't have even imagined this stuff back then. Online courses with thousands of students all over the world, or an ebook just downloading while you sleep. It's wild.
It's like that saying, make your money work for you, not the
Nah.
other way around. But come on, it's not all perfect online, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be risks, competition, things changing all the time.
Oh, for sure. And that's where Kiyosaki's big thing about always learning, being ready to adapt. That's more important than ever. The internet never sits still, so you can't either. Got to learn new stuff, maybe change your plans.
So it's not like finding one magic passive income thing and then you're on a beach forever.
Nope, not quite. Got to keep your eyes open, try new things out, and always be looking for ways to make what you're doing even better, add more value for people, right?
That reminds me, actually, Kiyosaki's always saying, mind your own business, but kind of funny because online it's almost like you have to mind everyone's business a little,
Yeah.
to see what's working, what's the next big thing.
That is so spot on. And it shows how the internet's amplified some of his stuff, but also made it more complicated. I mean, yeah, you've got info coming at you from everywhere. You see what your competition is up to. Learn from anyone.
But it's easy to get sucked into comparing yourself or just feeling overwhelmed by it all.
Totally. So then it's back to Kiyosaki's thing about focus, discipline, having that clear vision of what you want with your money.
So just being online isn't enough. You got to be smart about it, intentional, know what to ignore, right? Turn all that noise into something you can actually use.
Like you're building a house, yeah. You wouldn't just chuck bricks around hoping for the best. You need the foundation, the plans, the right tools. Online, your tools are your time, building your skills, and finding your people, the ones who get it.
Makes sense. Be proactive, not like just reacting to whatever's happening. Make your own opportunities.
Exactly. And that's the core of what Kiyosaki's saying, right? Be in charge, create something, build the life you want. And that's never going to be outdated, especially now.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Rich Dad, Poor Dad for like the 2024 version of us, what's the one thing you want our listeners to walk away with today?
Easy. The world's changed a lot since this book came out, but the core stuff, right? Knowing about money, building assets, being in control, that never gets old. Real estate, online business, whatever. Those Rich Dad lessons, they're still your roadmap.
Absolutely. And hey, you don't have to do it all alone, Find your people, find your mentors, and never stop learning. Money can seem scary, but the right info, the right attitude, and actually taking action, you'd be amazed what you can achieve.
Couldn't agree more.
So get out there, internet's your oyster,
Yeah.
right? Go build that financial future you're dreaming of.